Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Call of the Sea, where, if we were smart, we would probably just find our way back to that starting beach and lay down for 2.5 days until Captain Thompson comes to rescue us. Unfortunately, we all know that's not the way this story is going to go. So, I ran back to the projector. Now that we have the sea level thing, I ran back to the projector to take a screenshot of the relevant slide, and when I looked at it, this time she made a note of it. So it's just that she didn't write down the information this time until we were supposed to know that it was important, which is good. That's the way that should work. It's not the way that it has worked previously. It's a little inconsistent, but that makes sense. So now we have this noted in our journal, but I still don't really know what to do with it. So we have this thing. We have the ability to open and close these valves. We have this guy, which is also a part of the organ somehow, and we don't really even know how to get noise out of it. Alright, what can we do here? See, I don't really know what to do with a sequence of notes. Like, there's not, I think, a way for us to... If we could get the thing to play, then we could try playing this sequence. Oh, this thing is probably what's the date? It's November. This is not. Sorry, we want to go to the log part. What is the date? It's November. It's definitely November 34. It is November 7th, which is actually the exact day of the new moon. The moon chart's got to be what this is, right? Like, why else would they tell us the phases of the moon? So I'm going to assume that the totally darkened circle is new moon. Because, like, this has got to be the full moon, right? It's possible that that's backwards, but I'd be very surprised. Okay, so now it's like this. This is the state it was in when we got here, though, right? Maybe it is. Maybe I do have it backwards. Maybe this is supposed to be new moon. Because I think this was closed when we got here, and it would be weird, I think, if it was already in the right state, because, you know, puzzle games, but I don't know. We'll leave it like this for the moment. I mean, it's got to be the case that the filled-in one is the full moon, and the empty one is the new moon, right? So we could try opening up the notes, the symbols that correspond to this, I guess? So that's 1, 4, and the vertical one. Hold on. The button doesn't do anything right now, right? Okay, 1, 4 vertical. That's totally doable. So your 2, you're already closed. That's good. Your vertical, you're already open. That's good. Where's the... Here we go. Here's those stairs. 4 is... that's also good. Alright, we're really killing it so far. Okay, 1 is supposed to be open. So this still doesn't tell us what to do with the, no, you're closed. What to do with a sequence of notes, but it's possible that we have to, like, get the thing turned on first. So, like, it's supposed to be the case that the wind is pushing the air into the pipes, and then that makes the sounds happen. So, actually, I think we're good here. But I don't know how to make the water move in the way that it needs to move. I mean, it's stormy, so the water should be moving. But I don't really have a lot of direct control over the sea. 1, 4 vertical, right? 2, 6, 2, 3, 4, 9, 4, 1, 5. Yeah. Well, we could, I suppose, run back down and see if we missed anything. Let's see, down there is just... What was down there? Because we have been down here already. Oh, the fire pit with the burned picture in it, right. It's a burned picture of, like, an object, though, right? Maybe, hold on, maybe what's happening here is I'm missing a piece to get this thing turned on? Maybe, like, there's a valve somewhere that is keeping the seawater out of the pipes, and we need to fiddle with it? Because the thing is... Yeah, you know, I really would expect it to be right that we're supposed to... Oh.
When I was a child, I used to cover myself with the sheets to not listen to the noise of thunder. I honestly doubt I'd like to cover myself with anything in here. Time to overcome my fears, I guess.
Huh. She has dialogue that is triggered by you walking back from the organ to the campsite a second time? Okay, anyway. So maybe we're looking for the thing that is depicted here, and like that's why the picture was burned, because they didn't want anybody else figuring out how to turn on the organ, because they had a bad time once they had activated it. It does sort of look like it could be like a lever, like a piece you would plug into a socket and then move. Because, like, if the water was going into the pipes right now, we would expect the organ to be making sound, right? And there's totally that picture, that mural on the cave wall up by, up in the corner over here, that shows the 3 floating stones by the organ. So yeah, that makes me more confident that this is all... Okay, hold on. What if the line of symbols is not a sequence of notes to be played at, the different sequences of notes to be played at different times, but rather it's a conversion chart for the symbols? Because, like, that mural shows the 3 floating stones by the organ, and the 3 floating stones are the frequencies. But, like, what if this thing is saying, at tide level 4, this translates to that? There's different frequencies at different levels of water around the outer stones. Is that a sound thing? I don't know, but I do know that I want to try a thing here before I run all the way back to the camp. So wait, what would it be then? 1, 4, vertical becomes horizontal 1, 2. Okay, horizontal 1, 2. So you're 1, you stay open. Horizontal 1, 2. Okay, you are also open. You are closed now. What was down here? This was 4? Yes. Okay, horizontal 1, 2. So you're still closed. You're still closed, and then this must be horizontal. But I would expect if the organ was working right now, like if the things were open and receiving water, I'd expect it to be making noise all the time, just the wrong kind of noise, right? Or no?
What kind of magic is this?
Okay. That got me a little nervous, if I'm being honest. Also, who says holy Mike? Which Mike? I guess there is one particularly holy Mike if I stop to think about it. Okay, well, I guess we're solving video game puzzles. Look at me. So is this supposed to look like this, or did something take a chunk out of it? I really don't like being out here over the water with the thing that we saw in our dream in the water. I'm actually on edge right now. Like, there's tension in my arms. Can we climb down here? Are we supposed to do a thing? No, okay. Alright. No. Okay. I was about to say, oh, that's just the moon reflecting off the water. But there is no moon. This is a new moon. That is in the water. Okay. Well, they got up here. We had reason to suspect that, right? Because they figured out how the thing worked. I'm just using their notes, so anywhere we go, they're going to have already been.
My dear old pal. I think I'm getting closer to understanding what is happening to you, but it is taking a toll on my sanity.
Same.
As fascinating as this island and its ancient and unfathomable wonders may seem, it's also a place plagued with misfortune and calamities. We lost Roy at the campsite. We almost lost our engineer on this beach. The doctor went mad and stabbed him with a strange knife. And all because of this island, Nora. Initially, we were optimistic and in high spirits, but now we've all become resentful and discouraged. Even I can feel how I am constantly assaulted by dark thoughts. Anyway, if what I am going through here helps me find you a cure, it'll have been worth it. I hope to find an answer in the temple on that mountain peak. Love you always, Harry.
My poor Harry. He is worried, exhausted, disheartened. I will find you, my love.
So, did he intend to mail that? Or did he think he was going to be able to mail that, or did he know that I was following him? I guess we saw a thing earlier where he was like, writing to you helps me compose my thoughts, so maybe that's all it was. Maybe he never actually intended me to see it at all.
Wow. Let's see what the next one does.
Yeah, that seems safe. That seems like a good, safe thing to just mess around with. I cannot undepress that. So, the thing in the burned picture, before I forget to talk about it, the thing that we saw in that was the knife that the doctor stabbed somebody with in that in the images we saw in that letter. Probably we shouldn't have seen that, because how would Nora know that that's what the knife looked like? But that's... I don't know what to make of the fact that they took a picture of it and then burned it.
Where Harry must have gone.
What exactly is pouring off of those? Does the black ooze doesn't phosphoresce like that, right?
But I don't feel this island is dangerous. Maybe it's because I haven't spent as much time here as Harry did.
Or maybe it's because it's home. On the other hand, I feel like this island is intensely dangerous, and I am very unhappy about the things that are happening. Yeah, it's because the black ooze glows a little bit, but it glows sort of more of a purple, right? Like as we saw on the floating stones. This is... I don't know what this is. So I'm assuming the big gate thing over here is, yeah, now is open. Well, I mean, there's not really anywhere else for us to go. I guess we know what we must do. But I don't like it. You're going to be hearing a lot of that from me, apparently. Are we hitting a loading screen here? Okay, well that looks friendlier. Can we go to that? I mean, I don't like how high up it appears to be.
Whew, that was quite a hike.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty. This is less menacing, I'll say that for it. Taking it back, feeling pretty menaced right now, and everything's wet. Of course, everything's wet and slippery.
I've been seeing these horseshoe-shaped pillars all the way up. Do they mark a path?
Well, I mean, also the path marks a path pretty well. Yeah, I actually... If they were trying to communicate to me...
I can see that giant diamond-shaped thing really close from here.
if they were trying to communicate to me Nora's sense of not being afraid anymore, I guess they're doing it. I do feel calmer here. Hey, they actually built the thing.
Took me a while to get here, but the views are worth it.
Right? This is the that blueprint that they had drawn in one of the lower tents. Hold on, we'll go over there eventually. Let me investigate this way.
Feels really good.
So we all feel very strongly about the weird door.
Are these figures singing like a choir?
Either that or they're all giving that door the chop. You know, maybe they're just big fans of the door.
Heavens, looks like a rock slide crushed all the tents. All but one. A torn picture. Maybe the Polynesian guide didn't like people taking pictures of his scar. The only tent that came out of the rock slide in one piece is the one filled with amulets.
That's probably a coincidence. I'm going to choose to believe that it's a coincidence. Mr. Franklin Drayton, Jr. Dear Mr. Drayton, we acknowledge your receipt of your letter July 30th, enclosing your application for admission to our School of Engineering. I am sorry to inform you we are not authorized to consider a colored person for admission. Sure, it's the 30s.
They didn't accept Frank in the university. They should be ashamed.
So I just sketched that. All right, well, we know this is an important piece of a puzzle. So, I mean, is that, I mean, maybe I've got this backwards, or maybe this isn't what this is about at all, but it sure looks like that's, I mean, in more, I guess, more than 1/4 of this thing being marked out, it looks like somebody's just, like, drawn an angle measure between there. So wait, what's going on here? They got this dude. He looks sad. I don't know if this is supposed to be a human figure, or, like, the fact that they didn't give it a nose kind of makes it look like a fish man. It's got some real Abe Sapien energy. And they brought him to the Great Diamond, and then they were like, do you want a bowl for all the ramen that we're about to take out? Because we know where that ramen is. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. We'll leave it in the neutral state until I have a better idea. Can I get to this?
I'm not sure if Harry ever got to read this note.
He started to write Mr. Everhart and then amended it to Harry. You're a good man. I know you love your wife. Do yourself a favor and return home to her. Here you won't find anything but death. Leave now. Cass will try to convince you to do otherwise. She's only interested in getting a good story. Don't listen to her. I have no strength left. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Okay, I mean, that's obviously very concerning. I think we got everything over here. Making sure to look up. Oh, hey. Good thing I made sure to look up. Can I get Nora to make a note of that? No. No amount of walking toward that makes things more obvious. But now we know that that relates to this. And I guess I'll leave it like that for now. There's not another button on this thing, is there? It doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll come back. I'm sure I'm missing some vital piece of information. Here we go. Did they build a giant speaker? Huh. A whole bunch of giant speakers, in fact. Maybe the plan was just to, like, really lay on some thrash metal until it opens? Harry did always love his thrash metal.
Dead as a doornail.
Alright, where does the power for this come from? Oh, wait, that's running out toward everything else. Which one of these is the cable that goes in? Yeah, that's... That doesn't actually seem to go anywhere. It seems to go to that post and just stop. Also, is that post floating? I think it's just kind of... It doesn't... Okay. Well... I guess that's not the weirdest thing we've seen. Okay, maybe nothing happens with these unless all of them are in the right positions. So, the bottom one is this one. Alright, and then... Right has symbols at the top and the bottom, and the top one just has a vertical line in it. Okay. Try to remember that so I don't have to run back over here.
Alright. Can you turn it on, Cass?
So I guess you
Please,
used the notes
sir.
from the organ and
Should
they
not
weren't the
do
right
this.
ones.
Not now. Haven't we had enough warnings, Mr. Everhart? What else do we need? Another death? Listen to me. Frank lost his life setting this whole thing up. So we're not going to discuss it anymore. We're going to activate it, period. Is that clear enough for you? Hey, Ma! Fine, same to you. Please, Cass, activate it. Yes. It's working. Come on. Yes. It's working!
Is something wrong, Harry?
The ground. The ground is shaking. No. No!
No, I can't!
I told you it was off. You damn fool. You're going to kill us all. Turn it off! Turn it off!
Okay, so it was a sequence of 5 notes they were playing. I'm so stupid, such an arrogant idiot. That rock slide could have killed everybody. All thanks to my stubbornness. I wonder why they decided to play 5 notes. Like, 7 makes a lot of sense, right?
Homemade loudspeakers. Probably to amplify the sound.
Maybe we're gonna find a piece of information that they had here that makes this all make sense. Okay, so this is the one on the right. Is it the exact same art on this one? I'm realizing I didn't actually look at the mural. I had her sketch it, but I didn't actually look at the mural. No, this one's not exactly the same. This one has a guy with a staff. But yeah, it's always got a smaller, more human-ish figure bound. What about this one over here?
There are some sort of sound devices built around this amphitheater. Do these stone columns just vibrate? Amazing! The hatches are opening.
Huh. Okay, so now there's water flowing down into the thing. Okay. I'm sure that there's a good reason for me to do that. Oh, yeah, and there's like water wheels over here being turned by the increased flow as well.
Now the wheel is moving.
Ah, and this is how they were powering things, I think. Okay.
These levers connect those gears to direct the wheel's energy into the turbine.
Okay. We'll go over to the camp there and check that out in a second. We should probably come pay our respects
no.
real quick.
Frank died. So Frank fought in the Great War.
You know, just that one. Surely we'll never see another war like that.
Oh, Frank had a daughter named Evangeline. What a darling.
So basically everything's going really great for everybody.
I'm so sorry. He was such a talented man. And he seemed to be a good friend of Harry's.
Once again, I would like to underline that I'm pretty sure the smart plan is just to go back to the beach and wait. And let this all go. In her position, would I be able to do that? No, almost certainly not. I am absolutely the kind of character who dies horribly or much, much worse in a Lovecraft story, but also I can at least recognize that. I'm self-aware. She seems to have no idea what she's wandered into.
A Bible. It must have belonged to Frank. He thought it was a flesh wound, but it kept getting worse.
I've tried to do something with this wound from DeWitt's attack. No matter what I do, it still looks infected. I feel worse every day.
Blood-soaked rags.
Wow, that is not a small amount of blood. Okay, well...
No power.
How does any of this damn stuff work? Is there... Oh, this is maybe important. I can't... Really? I can't just reach over and touch that? Well, what do I think these need to... I'm assuming the holes need to be in a certain position before the levers are engageable? Oh, yeah, probably like where the little pole is supposed to go through. So in the bottom? Are they all pretty much the same construction? Oh, no, wait, the thing's in the middle. What a... Wait, no, it's not in the middle. It totally is in the bottom. Perspective, I don't know, man. Okay. So let's engage this, get that stuck through. And they're all in approximately the same position, right? Yeah, I think so. So, this is annoying. I really feel like she should be able to just reach over and interact with the levers from this side. Wait, did that not go? Huh, is that not right? It looks right. It looks like it's in the bottom. Huh, why won't it stay? Oh, okay, I have to do them in order because they won't stay unless they get caught in the teeth of the other thing. I see. Well, that's an even more tedious way of doing this, because that means you had to do 1 1/3 total rotation, or 1 3/4 total rotations. And still, the same amount of running back and forth.
Huh,
but okay, there
easy.
we go. Yes, easy.
These buttons seem to adjust the amount of energy that goes through the turbine.
Oh, do they? Is that... I'm not qualified to interact with this damn thing. Okay, so they always activate and deactivate all the adjacent lights. Okay, so... turn all these on. Then I need to... I got them all off. That's the same thing as getting them all on. It's just in the wrong order. This is a puzzle that's in so many video games that I'm sure I should just have the way that you do this, like, memorized by now, but obviously I don't. So now we can do this. There we go.
That should give the turbine some energy.
In theory.
Great, I did it. Now everything should be powered.
So now I could cause a huge rock slide if I wanted. Which is not like... I don't know that it was super helpful for me to get the power
I'm really
on.
sorry about Frank. Harry doesn't have many friends. When you finally do get to know him, he's so witty, so funny. They built all this just with pieces from the beached ship. Frank sure must be a real whiz.
Like, that's mighty impressive. Especially the speaker part.
His low spirits are obvious in this photo. What was wrong with Frank? He looks so thin.
The dialogue should probably adjust at least a little bit based on, what you already know by the time you find the thing. Obviously, we were intended to find these in a different order. I'll have to use the ship's turbine and juggle with the things I got from the ship to make this work. Let's see if I manage to power the whole set just with the scarce materials that I have. Yeah, I mean, you sure did. This feels to me like a damn near superhuman feat.
Harry's convinced the answer to my illness lies inside that temple.
This is like extremely a thing that you would never write on the back of a photograph unless you were a video game character and you knew another video game character was going to show up later to read it. Because, like, everyone on the expedition already knows that. According to the legend...
So, this is like Atlantis, but in the Pacific Ocean, right?
According to the legend that said the continent Mu sank into the Pacific thousands of years ago. Its massive stone structures, generally irregular in shape, contrasted with the unique use of diamond shapes. This is reminiscent of other rhomboid symbols, such as the losange or the Hindu Lakshmi star. However, experts believe that in the specific case of the Nakal structures, instead of representing fertility and prosperity, the rhombus was a sign of transformation and evolution. Huh. I'm trying to remember. There's a Lovecraft story that takes place basically like in the middle of the ocean, the Dagon story. That's not always regarded as part of the Cthulhu mythos because he wrote it before he started putting that other stuff together, but like it has Dagon in it, and Dagon is often viewed as one of the elder things. That might have happened in the Pacific, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while.
They built loudspeakers on top of this tower to reproduce the effect of the organ. Very clever, old pal.
But, like, is it? If the effect of the organ was what was needed, then, like... At some point, this was used by the ancient people who lived here, right? Like, if the effect of the organ was needed here, then it would be able to reach here, I would think. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me as a path to follow. Sweet, we... Okay, I think we got everything here. Alright, we are not going to make anything make any noises. But I should still crawl up here and see what's what. But they have made the process of getting on and off of these ladders quite a bit longer and more cumbersome than it maybe needs to be. Which I guess discourages you from climbing up and down a ton.
Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? Come on, work. Come on.
No, why? Why do such a thing? Why would you do that? Okay, well this is bad. You know, if I get injured or something out here, I'm just done for, right? There's no help anywhere. Oh, jeez.
Now what? What's happening this time? Where am I?
Okay, this is... So it sort of seems like we're still on the island, then.
I can
the
feel
giant
the fever
diamond.
rising. Oh God, no! My illness. Is it coming back?
Oh,
Is
sure,
this
that seems safe.
An ocean. An ocean that dried up.
Boy, well that just totally appeared completely within my vision.
No, I would rather die than use that damned thing again.
That cane definitely has a strong sort of a Gordon Freeman crowbar suggestion to it. Let's not forget, we are a video game character.
These really are ancient bones of a very ancient creature.
Pretty sure this is a crate dragon.
They are so dry. I need to find water.
So, like, this is the deal, right? She's descended from the people, somehow, from the people from here.
Another memory of my illness.
Sort of like in sort of an Innsmouth kind of story going on, where, like, somewhere back in her bloodline she has some kind of scary monster fish people.
How many times did I think I was going to die lying in this bed?
And the black ooze disease is congenital, then, I guess? Huh. I thought I saw it, the thing, and the shape of the thing moving. It must have just been because I was walking when I turned. Uh-oh. The game has seized camera control from me.
I better find some shade before I
Okay,
drive.
I can kind of move. She really
Horseshoe-shaped
wants to look
pillar.
at that. Okay.
And that diamond shape again.
Go up here. Nope, I cannot go up here any further. Okay, well, it feels like we like this. We like the horseshoe-shaped
I can't
pillars,
take
right?
much more of this. I feel woozy.
That seems significant. Yeah, you can see the big, like, underwater...
Is that...
Oh, no, that's just a big skeleton.
house.
Never mind. I was going to say, this kind of looks like, from over here at least, sort of looks like one of those great big kelp structures that you often see at the bottom of the ocean in a video game. Boy, the huge things here had a real rough go of it even before the entirety of the ocean dried up, it seems like.
That's not a house. That's our house in Inglewood. Am I dreaming? Or am I just losing my mind?
The transition here is a really cool effect.
Harry? Are you home?
Yeah, alright.
A picnic with Harry's brother and sisters. I started wearing gloves shortly after that day.
I assume that started wearing gloves shortly after that day is motivated by it having been a subject of some discomfort during the picnic. Maybe Harry's family kind of sucks. It's possible.
I miss you so much, old pal.
But you know, it's not like all bad. The gloves are a classy look, right?
I am definitely losing my mind.
Oh yeah, we're 1,000%
I
gone
don't
at this point.
understand what is happening, Harry. Are you...
Huh. The fire really
Photo of
threw
my
me.
mother and me. She had just gotten worse from her illness.
Aha.
Harry gave me this necklace after one of his scavenger hunts.
Right, that's supposed to be the spots. Yeah, that's unmistakable.
The happiest day of my life. And one of the few pictures of Harry without his glasses.
I feel like the day of your wedding should probably not be the happiest, right? Because, like, that's weird. That's a weird thing to be here. I'm just saying, like, the days after should be pretty good.
The Everhart twosome. What a duo. Checkmate in 3 moves.
Wow, she did that fast. Oh hey, you're familiar too.
My mother's music box. Yet again. Cousin Robert? But I don't have any cousins.
Yeah, look at the patterns in the
What a
lid.
sweet melody.
Okay, well that was decentering, disconcerting. I feel less concerted. Maybe less concerted than I've ever been.
What was that? Another vivid dream? And my music box again, but it wasn't broken anymore. And what a catchy tune.
Okay, well everything's fine. I'm sure that I haven't sustained any, serious concussions or anything, and we're just gonna keep moving
I've
right
lived
along.
more in these last 2 days than in the previous 6 years. With my illness, I'd forgotten about the kind of person I am. I might not be daring, but I am determined. Love gave me strength, but it also gave me something to lose.
So it looks like there's not a tremendous amount out here, sort of in the outer ring of the area. I think we basically got what we were supposed to get. So I guess let's go in there and mess with the equipment some more. I don't really want to just play a bunch of arbitrary organ noises at the stones. That feels like a really bad idea. And I mean, we have lots of evidence, in fact, that it's a really bad idea.
Homemade loudspeakers. Probably to amplify the sound.
Okay, there's not a power thing over here that needs to be pulled. Okay, alright, I get it. I guess that's the last one.
I haven't sung since I got sick, but let's give it a shot.
You know, we've always
Quite a show.
always been good singers in my family. Real strong swimmers, too, which I never thought to question until just now. Okay, well, I think we've got everything there is to get done out here. So I guess let's just go inside this place where nothing bad will happen to me, surely.
This feels like hallowed
Wow.
ground.
They did get in here. I wonder how.
A hole in the wall, probably caused by the rock slide.
That makes
That
sense.
must be the spot where they entered the temple.
So they, climbing geared around the side of the mountain and then crept in here this way. Okay.
Are they
So...
bathing him in black ooze?
I wonder if the sizes are actually meant to mean anything, because before, this figure was actually smaller than the rest of these guys.
His hands are changing, like in my dream.
They sure are.
Look at those spots. They look like mine.
Wait a second. Hey, these look important. We do not have the option of commenting on them, so maybe they're not, but... Are they the same under each picture? No, they are not. So, like, one dot, and then up and down arrows. Yeah, no, they're totally not. I mean, it could just be writing. These could be, like, inscriptions describing what's happening or giving
His
a name.
hands are changing, like in my dream.
2... Yep, and then this one is marked as the third one.
Look at those spots. They look like mine.
Okay, interesting. And this is the fourth.
Now he's some sort of man-fish?
He looked a little bit like a man-fish before, and now he's just a fish.
Fish of every size and shape.
Not part of the sequence, not numbered. Just a picture of some fish that we liked. We are broadly pro-fish. So 1, 2 are the same, yeah. Same inscriptions around the edges here.
This looks like the same kind of elevator that was in the campsite. These patterns look too familiar.
Okay, you know, fish. Sometimes fish look like a thing. That's what I know about
She
them.
sounds worried for him, I think.
Harry's been up there for 3 days now, and he won't answer me. What did he find? Oh, okay,
Where is
we
this
don't...
taking me?
I guess I kind of thought we were going to have to do something. Like solve a puzzle or something.
Looks like I'm inside the giant fish head that I saw from below.
Boy, she put that together fast. Okay. So... What are we doing here? Okay, these are numbered. This is the first one. So we raise up the stone. Again, there's a great pouring of noodles. Noodles onto crystals makes more noodles. Everybody knows that. That's basic alchemy. And it causes like a diamond stone to rise up. And then I guess the diamond stone rises up real good and it turns into a star. And then it shoots butterflies and toads at everyone. We had some mechanisms down here. I'm assuming Harry chalked these numbers in. And also there's a tree at some point. Okay, these are out of order. It feels like these are out of order. Because this one's got to be before the star, right? Oh, those symbols. The symbols in the middle of the thing are the symbols from down below. Huh. Okay, so we got them all marked. She took note of all these too. Yeah, so if we were to just follow these as a note, as a guide, this would be the first one. This would be the second one. So there was a great star. Okay, it kind of tells a story like that. There was like a thing in the sky, and it shone down on us and made croissants and also snakes. And then it flowed down the water and became a tree? Yeah, this guy's last. I don't know what to... Okay. Clearly I don't know what to make of any of this yet. Well, let's see if there are any more notes from Harry. Anything I can read, anyway.
Well, this one was easy, I think.
Transformation? Evolution?
My dear old pal, Nora. I wish I could write something else, but a long time ago I promised you I would never lie to you. So here goes. There is no cure for your illness. What you carry in your blood is changing you, and it will keep changing you until it's done, whatever that means. There is nothing we can do to stop it. My dear old pal, my partner, the love of my life. I am so sorry. I've made so many mistakes. All those deaths because of me. Frank, DeWitt, Roy. All for nothing. Maybe Teodoro is right. Maybe we can return to the beach and build a raft to get back to Papiete. Maybe in less than a month, I could be back.
There's no cure? But he didn't finish the letter. What did you do, Harry? Where are you? I know for sure that you didn't go back home, so what? What do I do now? Are you still on the island? I have to find you. God's blood. Does this mean that... Is this related to me somehow, to my disease?
Those who have the god's blood are destined to transform into a water animal. Something, yeah, okay.
So that's how you mark the symbol's orientation.
Rotating the north in the wheel causes the symbol to change quadrant. Okay.
I'm starting to understand this language. This one was really hard to figure out. Good job, Harry.
I mean, we don't know that. We don't know that it was difficult to figure
Well done,
out.
Harry. Boy, am I lucky that you did the hard part of figuring things out.
Okay, so language can, like, there's space for two letters in each, or there's space for two words in each sort of like symbol in the alphabet.
John McCormack's Dear Old Pal of Mine? Our favorite song.
Ah. Well, this seems like an appropriate soundtrack, I guess. So, okay. So that's life. That's eternal life? Because the way he's got it written out, he says eternal plus life here. But then he looks at this one and just says infinity, but this should just be the word that means life, right? Based on his other notes. In fact, it kind of seems like a lot of the words have that mark, that vertical line on the right. Oh.
Someone punched the wall so hard that they bled. Was it you, Harry?
Wait, something over here is moving when I do that. At least that's what it sounds like. I don't know, maybe it's just this moving and the sound is coming through a little weird in my headphones or something. Okay, so there's an awful lot of writing around these images. We got this thing over here.
Harry marked this symbol for a reason. I'd better write it down.
Was that symbol by the picture of the fish downstairs? Okay, so we got God's blood. This is the symbol for the transformation, the destined, inevitable transformation. But see, it says this is transformation as well. So I guess, yeah, you have here the two circles in the center are this word. Okay. She's working it out a little bit faster than I am, which is fine.
I've seen this
okay.
symbol in the murals several times. I guess it can be applied to both water and black ooze.
Sure, I guess that makes sense. Do we know for sure that it doesn't mean noodles? I'm just saying it looks a lot like noodles.
It's amazing how words and symbols can keep their meaning after thousands of years.
Okay, this is the half that means life. So the vertical line here is eternal. He had written eternal plus life, but he wrote them in the wrong orientation, and it got me confused. Okay, well, sorry, I'm fiddling with my glasses and my headphones. Don't always play super well together. And then we got this thing.
A complex pattern.
Is it, though? Huh. She's made some jumps here that I was not 100%. Okay, well, so then... What is the meaning of these things? Like these devices underneath the pictures. What am I to do with these? So that is the transformation. Sure, that makes sense with the images. It is not that they will bring us butterflies and toads, but rather that they will change butterflies into toads and also croissants. Delicious butterfly croissants. So... God's blood, transformation, water, animal, eternal life. And these things over here have 1, 2, 3, and 3 symbols in different orientations. So we're changing the orientation of the wheel. Like this thing marks the top of the wheel. And the idea is that like when we move it this way, we are to view the wheel as this. Okay. So do we wanna... So what are we trying to do with these wheels by reorienting them? We can't change the orientation of this one, right? There's no button here. So we're trying to make them match this somehow. So like this is the transformation thing. The word transformation is in the second quadrant here. See, like this, I guess this is the part where I'm a little bit confused as to how she decided that this was right. Why do these words belong in these positions? She made a hell of a jump from just like a picture we saw of some of the symbols written down that I don't think is necessarily justified. Yeah, so God's blood... Transformation, water, animal, eternal life. I think it's really wild to go from this to deciding that those belong in the quadrants of the circle. I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Obviously, the game is telling us that that's right, but that's a logical leap that I think you would have to have the game take for you. Okay, so the problem is that these symbols don't map to these. Right, there's nothing in here that is really God's blood. God's blood and water animal both contain the symbol for life. And one of them also contains the symbol for eternal. So, like, why is there 1 marker in this wheel, 2 in that one, and 3 in both of these? I'm really unsure. And the only one that I feel like I kind of get how this could relate to what's going on is the one that they give us as an example anyway. Because, yeah, with the diamond here, then we have transformation. I just want to... I guess I just want to order them, but like, what does the star mean relative to the ordering? So God's blood. Oh, wait a minute. So the word liquid is present in both of these. And there's 2 stars. So are we trying to line this up such that the positions of these symbols mark which words this word is a part of? Wait, do they already do that? Because, yeah, like, life is part of this symbol, and... Oh, no, they don't already do that. Okay, I think I got it. So, I maybe have it. So the symbol for liquid is a part of this symbol and this symbol, which means north on this dial is north. The symbol for life is part of this word and this word and this word. This is the blank, so the diamond should be at the bottom, making this the blank. And then the word for eternal occurs in these 3, so this one should also be at the bottom? I think that's right. Again, if the game didn't give you the conversion between those boxes on the paper and the wheel, I think it would be...
This is the right combination.
Yeah, I don't know that you would be able to make that jump.
A broken liquor bottle. Is this Harry's? He hates booze.
Well, he certainly hated this booze. Okay, so I've proven that I basically understand the construction of the language, which I guess is enough to make the temple feel like I am worthy to go on. And clearly, Harry managed it as well.
It appears Harry didn't advance any further.
I can't go any farther. Yes. Boy, she really drew a conclusion there, huh? I've tried everything, and this shit, I guess, isn't working. It is... in something. He's mad. What do I need? I followed the sequence correctly and... my hand. I can't get that thing to work. I need to cross the river down there. Anyway, for what? So, okay. So he's saying he put his hand on like a little panel here? I don't see a thing that's really analogous to his drawing, though. This shape? Huh. Okay, well, what does this do? Let's just touch stuff and see what
Those
happens.
are drums of some sort.
Oh.
I screwed up.
Okay, wait, did she say that at 2 hits? Oh. Oh, there's a Simon. Wait, that's the second.
Nor
That's
are
the
you
second
idiot.
hit.
Just follow the sequence.
Okay, 1 hit. I don't know which of the drums that high one is. This one?
I screwed up.
Wait, did I? Okay, I think it was the outer 2. So that one's got a real trash can quality. Yeah, and the second one's more like a timpani. Okay. Mid, right, left, I think? Left, mid, left? Right, left, mid. Left, right, mid, mid.
Wow, this technology never ceases to amaze.
And that'll reconstruct that thing into the shape that he... Okay. Boy, I'd really just, like, fucking fumbled into that, though. There was no reason for me to understand that that was what it was. I mean, whatever, the symbol worked, or the sequence worked, right? I wonder, how does the sequence of noises relate to the words? I wonder if we were actually playing stuff that related... It can't be, though, because the fourth sequence was longer than the third, but the third has all of the fourth parts in it, plus other parts. Yeah, it must have just been basically arbitrary puzzle stuff.
Harry said it didn't work for him, so it shouldn't work for me either. Unless
Oh, I don't know.
there's something different about my hand.
Yeah, I think there might be.
Anyway, Nora, you know what you've got to do.
Yeah, I don't know why she would assume it wouldn't work for her. It seems pretty obvious to me that there are some things about us, some important things, that are different.
My hands. Look at my hands. This is definitely not a dream. And I'm starting to doubt the others were dreams, too.
Okay, I have no control here. Okay, now I do. So wait, what happened between then and now? Did I just black out and now I'm awakened here? I guess that must be it. Closed my eyes and all of a sudden I'm in a different place. Well, these are pretty fish. And also...
I should be scared, but it's hard to explain what I feel, but it isn't fear. Not a bit.
Oh, are we gonna echo the dolphin? Let's swim
Another one of those
through some
gates.
wings over here.
Like the one I saw in the temple.
Oh. Okay, sure, teleportation. Why
Going
not?
back to being me.
That's, like, not even the third weirdest thing that I've seen so far. I don't know why that was the line for me. Okay, well that's very curious. Also, I'm noticing the time. Maybe this is an okay place to stop. Thank you all so much for watching. Some stuff has occurred this episode. I gotta say, I'm still really digging what's going on here, even if it does seem like it's maybe hewing a little bit closely to some established Lovecraftian lines. And I hope you all are enjoying it as well. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're gonna figure out what to do with all this fish body that we suddenly have, I think. And we'll see you then.